Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's about 5 to 6 days before the release of Cartethyia, and of course, Kuro Games has blessed us with something amazing. And that is going to be the Resonator Combat Showcase of this character. And boy, oh boy, am I excited to see exactly what she has in store, because as we're all familiar, we've seen the animation, the big ass sword, all of that. She's got one of the greatest kits that we've probably ever seen in the history of gacha gaming. And so with that, we've got a nice 1 minute 41 second trailer, 1 minute 41 second reveal of what she's about to do. Let's go ahead and react to it, see what our thoughts are, and of course, maybe share some thoughts about what she's going to be doing in the game moving forward from here. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's get right on into it. Uploaded 21 minutes ago. Let's get on it. I just really think one thing amazing, and sorry for pausing on the feet, or you're welcome for pausing on the feet, depending on who you are. Kuro has really done a lot of stuff when it comes to these trailers in particular. They've really had a focus on this whole sort of like 2D to like 2D sort of transition. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. But they've gotten like this whole sort of like anime style with how they've been like introducing all of the characters. I think they started it back with Cantarella, or maybe like earlier on in 2.0, but it's definitely been something that's a little bit newer, and I gotta say that the vibe of everything is immaculate. And a lot of people are saying, Wuthering Waves, Kuro Games, you need to start releasing an anime soon. And with the quality that we're seeing over here, I am not surprised that there are a lot of people saying that. So let's go ahead, keep going. Those transitions between Cartethyia and Fleur-de-Lis, they're insane. You can clearly see, right? This is like the smaller form, the Cartethyia form. And then within like a frame later, while she's spinning, doing that kind of like backhand twist, we're back into the big mommy Fleur-de-Lis form. I have to say, the transitions are almost so smooth, I have no idea that is actually happening. You can see over here, like, look at the time at the bottom of my bar. Within a second, they're already doing that. And I have to say, the animation work to make it look that seamless, to make it look that smooth, absolutely insane. And we haven't even gotten into the combat showcase yet. These 2D previews are nuts. Oh boy.
This sword shall follow your will.
Now that's a shot right there. And that is what I mean by the 2D to 2D transition. You can see how absolutely smooth it is, right? Right over here to over here. Anime style to in-game quality. And that is some good fucking shit.
Your will.
Okay, we're seeing some Cartethyia basic attacks. Very, very, very nice. Some great, fantastic animation showing up. And it looks like she summoned some cubes in here too. Got some geometric action going on over here.
The impure.
And gymnastics. I like how they have that transition. I'm imagining that the rest of the showcase, or at least a good chunk of it moving forward, is going to focus on the other half, the big mommy form. I like how they spent so much dedicated time actually showing off the moveset of like the smaller Cartethyia, because oftentimes I feel like when you have like the powered up form and all of that, that smaller form can get overshadowed. So I'm glad that they gave her a decent chunk of time to actually show off the moves. Okay.
True form.
I knew it. I knew it. And we've seen this all before. We had Jeff Keighley, Mr. Summer Games Fest, Mr. The Game Awards, going ahead and leaking this for us about a month ago. But it still doesn't get old.
Revealed at last.
And the music is just crazy right here, brother.
Exonerate.
The animation power creep is so real with this one. We're not sure about how much damage she's actually going to be dealing yet in game, But the fact of the matter is, this has to be one of the highest quality kits, animation and visual wise, we've ever seen in the history of the game.
Till the denouement.
Oh my goodness. She's got gap closing too. Okay. I think I see what's going on now. When you're in the big mommy Cartethyia form, you don't actually have like the sandals or shoes on, so it's just like bare feet everywhere. But when you're in like the smaller Cartethyia form, she's got like the whole sandal thing going.
Chaos purified. Tides rise and crash.
I'm still in shock at how much depth this VA has been able to provide to the entire performance. Because if you're not familiar with the VA that's working on Cartethyia and Fleur de Lis, there's one voice actor doing both of these voices. And I might be the only one that's thinking this. Probably not. But the difference in like tone, inflection, hoarseness, and depth of the two different characters is absolutely insane. And I feel like a lot of people would not have been surprised if there were actually two different people voicing the different halves of the unit. But the fact that there's only one person almost makes it feel like more rich, more connected. And as a whole, I have to say, it's amazing. Oh, what's this? Some nice little 3D art. Okay, what the fuck was that? Okay, I gotta see that one more time. I'm sorry. That's like a whole like 5 seconds of some craziness. This is an amazing callback to the Cartethyia trailer, the story trailer that we had back in the day, where she was chained, right? She was chained by the lack of control that she had over the Fleur de Lis form. And as a result, you know, she was holding back from using that power and almost had like that whole, you know, that imagery of like the destroyed town from her actually using the Fleur de Lis form. And I'm imagining that this is like the release of that. That, you know, after her interaction with Rover, after she's been able to like manage and control the entire thing, she's able to actually let loose a little bit without going overboard. And this to me, seeing like the chains on the sword that's going on over here, that's like perfect imagery. So a great callback to some of the previous materials that we've had in the past. And they're releasing, right? It's like all unraveling. You can hear that, you know, the chains are getting a little bit loose. Oh dear.
Purge all evil.
It's going to be absolutely nuts to unleash a move like this on like a bunch of one-cost echoes. Because you know you're going to do this at some point while you're farming. But holy moly. I think some people have like done the research, they've done the data, and they've seen that like the skid marks left by this ultimate will like stretch across the map from when you cast it, and they'll last like 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds because of how absurdly powerful this move is supposed to be. And honestly, it's fucking amazing. All right. Anything else? Surely. Oh, here we go.
Your time has long passed.
That is 1000% the Thernodian. You know, the one that was struggling with Fleur de Lis, having a bit of a battle with her. The Thernodian that we thought was slain at the end of the version 2.2 quest. That is talking to her right now. You can tell by like that raspy, almost like serpenty sort of voice. Yeah. That's not the useless horse that we all knew from the past. So, to me, this looks like the beginning, or at least a segment, of the Cartethyia Resonator Showcase. And Kuro's done a thing, especially with the Zani one, especially not really with the Chikona one, where they've taken parts of the Resonator Showcase and actually put it at the end of the Combat Showcase. So what I'm expecting is that we might see something a little bit similar, a little along the lines of this one. And boy, oh boy, after seeing everything that he had in here, all the different movesets, all of that, I really, really, really like this whole, like, chain motif. That's a great callback to the story trailer. I mean, let's be honest here. This character is going to make millions. This character is going to make millions. I don't necessarily think billions, but at least in the tens of millions. Maybe the hundreds. Because boy, oh boy, Kuro Games has done an absolutely amazing job characterizing her. Because we saw her in 2.0, we saw her a lot in 2.2, and now we're finally getting her release in version 2.4. And I gotta say, this probably has to be one of the most hyped up character releases yet, and these devs have done a fantastic job. So with that, let me know what you all think about this one. Peace out.